No single allegation against Fulani herdsmen in the southeast has turned out to be true, Igbo man claims. A few weeks ago, there were tension everywhere over farmers and herders clashing, and it resulted to travel conflicts in some parts of the country. Although there was more tension in the southwest with the involvement of Sunday Igboho, the Igbos also had a share of it in the east. Recall that in January, it was reported that the members of ESN invaded the camp of Fulani herdsmen in Isukwato, Abia State, chasing them away and killing dozens of cows. Reacting to allegations of herdsmen causing mayhem in the southeast, a Twitter user identified as Chigozerim Emekayi has taken to his Twitter account to rubbish allegations about Fulani herdsmen terrorizing the southeast. And in his words, he specifically says, no single allegation against Fulani herdsmen in the southeast has turned out to be the truth. They are all lies upon lies, fallacy, falsehoods, and nothing but fake news. Counter me by showing a link or news where Fulani herdsmen was arrested in the southeast over one crime or the other. Well, I don't even want to justify this as a response because it's so unintelligent. I mean, come on now, at your big age, honestly. According to him, all allegations leveled against them, Fulanis, are lies, fallacy, and fake reports. Yeah, but please, I don't even think why are we even giving people like this attention? Giving unintelligent people who lack critical thinking attention. I mean, if you're that observed, I don't even know. Let's see the reactions to this. Somebody says, this traitor is digging his grave thinking he's playing smart politics. Exactly. I mean, my first reaction is, who is paying you? I mean, we know your type. Are you looking for cheap popularity, or you're being paid, or you're just on a trend? It doesn't make sense, please. Somebody says, how can a die-hard Fulani terrorist prosecute other Fulani terrorists, his own kinsmen, for that matter? Someone says, are you still alive? Okay, be counting your days. See, people are also triggered in the comments, but again, I don't think we should give energy to people like this who are unintelligent, who can't even formulate a tangible and sensible sentence. I mean, the country you live in, if you're going to be claiming to be, I mean, it's just so obvious. It's when people come to contradict the obvious. You just think, where do you live? You know. Someone says, really? No arrest is substantial evidence that herdsmen never committed any crime in the southeast. So be it. Yeah, somebody says, attention seeker, until now nobody has noticed you. You think that those people you are pretending to speak for don't know better than you. Yeah, true. I mean, that's the thing. You are coming to defend these people. Will these people come and defend you? Come on now. It's the audacity to think. So what do you gain by defending them? Not that they should not be defended, but there's no point giving energy or respect when it's not reciprocated. Unrequited support for what? I mean, you're coming here to support them with your chest, coming on Twitter and saying these things. But when the NSAS protest happened, did these people come in numbers to, side with you and support, the protesters, the peaceful protesters at the NSAS protest? So it's like it's like a pick me mentality. It shows like you're inferior, because who are you trying to please? Just say the truth, especially when the truth is so obvious. Please, what's your aim? Someone says, ask those who have gone through your path before what they got as a reward. True. Someone says, truly, there's no substantial evidence linking them to serious crimes in the southeast, but there are tons of evidence in the southwest and in the south against them. The fact is, you've got to understand that the eastern part of the country, let's even be honest, even before ESN, there was no way the herdsmen could go and commit atrocities in the highest intensity as they would in the west of Nigeria. I mean, come on now. I mean, these people, in a way, still kind of dealt with them. Even without ESN, there were people, sort of, villagers and vigilantes going to go fight these people. And it was never as intense because they dare not. They really dare not. So the Eagles have been, I say from day one, they've been proactive in terms of, dealing with issues like this with their vigilantes and their, groups in their communities. But you've got to understand as well and take into acknowledgement that the rate of crimes committed in the east was not as intense in the southwest. It really wasn't. So yeah. Someone says, he's an imbecile, may thunder fire your head. for writing this up. Supposing any of your relatives was murdered or their farmland was destroyed, this nonsense will not part of your stupid mouth. I guess so. I mean, your family member doesn't really have to go through it, or someone you know doesn't have to go through it for you to feel the pain. But I guess, sometimes for people to, empathize, they'd have to personalize it to some degree. Someone says this idiot is seeking for cheap popularity, trolling with his, just toiling actually, with his life, animal of no reference. I love that. I actually love that sentence. I love that phrase. Animal of no reference. I mean, how confused can you be? Like, it doesn't make sense. I mean, it's so unintelligent, and honestly, people like this, we just ignore them. We go forward with our movement, and people like these will be left behind, only for them to find out that the people they're defending do not even give a toss about them. They don't even give a toss about themselves. They'd rather be miserable than uncomfortable, because they know that being uncomfortable requires them to face the problems and face the actual perpetrators, which means that in being uncomfortable, it means they would also have to take responsibility for the enabling atmosphere that they've contained and they've allowed to breed. Someone says, until you are kidnapped or killed, then you will believe. I mean, if he's killed, then how can he attest to believing? Someone says, the idiot is only taking attention. I think so too. Okay, now people need to get, I understand we're all in our feelings, but someone just says you'll be murdered by the Fulani herdsmen, bandits, and terrorists to prove what you're saying about your brothers in the forest. I mean, I think now we're getting a bit extreme. You can't air your opinion, you can go contradict them, but to wish certain things like this against them, it's not bad. But then at the end of the day, if you come on the internet and you trigger people, you can't really expect the same level of counter attack. It doesn't make sense. You started the fire, and so you'd have to reap what you've used your hands to plant. Someone says, in my own village in Imo State, we caught 2 of your fellow traitors raping women in their farms, took them to the police, but the police released them, claiming there was cell break. Yeah, and it's even more embarrassing and ironical that an Igbo person, an Igbo man, that's mentioning all these claims. It's absolutely sad, but it is what it is. People like this, we leave them behind. We don't carry people like this along because they don't want to. It has to be a personal choice. And yeah, put what you think about this in the comment section below, and do not forget to like and subscribe.